that said, Beth Amin, who created this, okay, is here.
Yes!
And, so Paul, yeah. So Paul, look at what he did. Did you see that? Okay, so we're going to take that
over here
design.
somewhere.
So I was also asking her if we could use the design. She says, of course, Rev, because we're going to do it as a fundraiser. So we're thinking of making bags or...
Yeah. I'll do it. Okay.
Let me know how many and what size and style you would like.
Right.
This was the first sample. It was done on white. I don't care for the white background personally. I think the yellow that's up here,
Exactly.
something along that line, a wheat or a straw, something might be more appropriate. After the service, let's talk to me.
Okay.
Whatever you want, baby.
What? That may be an option. It's there.
It's there. It is there. Oh yeah, I forgot my joke. All right. What's not to like about it? Yeah? All right. So this one, if anybody's an attorney in here, just don't take this personally, okay? All right. So this is called...
She usually picks on nuns and priests.
Well, that's true. That's just the ones that people write jokes about. Okay. So this is called The Old Preacher. An old preacher was dying. He sent a message to his IRS agent and his lawyer, both church members, to come to his home. When they arrived, they were ushered up to his bedroom. As they entered the room, the preacher held out his hands and motioned for them to sit on each side of the bed. The preacher grasped their hands, sighed contentedly, smiled, and stared at the ceiling. For a time, no one said anything. Both the IRS agent and the attorney were touched and flattered that the old preacher would ask them to be with him during his final moment. They were also puzzled because the preacher had never given any indication that he particularly liked either one of them. Finally, the lawyer asked, "Preacher, why did you ask the two of us to come?" The old preacher mustered up some strength and said weakly, "Jesus died between two thieves, and that's how I want to go too." Ah, yes, that got right. Is that good? Yeah, so if you want a copy of that, all right. Anyway. And all I can think of the Song of Brian. Remember the Song of Brian? Did you guys ever see that? And they're dancing, you know, on the cross.
Mm-mm.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Life of Brian, that's what it is.
Monty Python. Oh, anyway, so yeah, it was great. You know, we had a great time yesterday, the rummage sale, and I realized that, you know, we do create our own reality. So I had been texting people to help, and, you know, and then a lot of times, you know, I'll get a reply back or I won't, and then I'm also emailing people. And I realized, you know, that everything always works out, but yet if my communication could be even better, that it would even manifest even more so. So I realized that yesterday I was thinking, I'm going, not yesterday, Friday, I was saying, okay, I need to write down, you have to contact me now, because when we're in the throes of this sale, we are like, we're like, you know, single vision focused. And we are not looking at our phones, we're not looking at emails. We can't, you know? But every time we do one of these things, it's beautiful because we get to have the opportunity to be present to individuals who will lift us. And it's really wonderful because in that way, you know, I get to expand and grow. So there'll be somebody, and I was thinking about this when I was coming up, that they'll fight us for 50 cents, you know, or not want to pay 50 cents or $2. And I go, this is a perfect, would somebody, do I have my water somewhere? Would somebody hand me that, please? That one, please, thank you. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, really.
What was it you were thinking about saying?
I am not even going to go there. But what we noticed is that, you know, it was the two spectrums. One was that people were pinching their pennies, and they had their little retiree, and they had their little coin purse out, you know, and counting, you know, at the pennies. And I'm just standing there going, God bless them. You know, that's an abundance for them. And then there's other individuals. I don't remember who was standing there with me. I think it was Roxy or Barbara. And I think it was Roxy. And we're sitting there going, okay, Roxy, how much? And she goes, this. And I go, how about 12 for that? And then the woman goes, oh, you mean 20? Okay. Yeah, I did. And that happened a couple of times because, let me give you a little background on the metaphysical side of it. My intention and our intention was that even with the limited amount of stuff that we had, we manifest over $500.
Yay.
Okay? So Spirit was just creating that reality for us by people going, I said, there's a woman buying 2 pairs of shoes, and I said, oh, $10, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, you just have to affirm the close. And that's the same thing with you in your life. Affirm the close, meaning that you're going to know and have that happen for you, yeah? Because if you don't, you're not going to get what you desire. And of course, I'm a salesperson, so you know that. Okay, and what's my talk? Oh, divine healing and grace. So the divine healing and the grace was just present everywhere yesterday. But I was, you know, I drive up, whether it's from my house or I drive from Ventura, and today, okay, I noticed this, and this is something I'm going to take a regular thing in life for you to be aware of. So you watch these people, and you all see them. They're calling the ones that like to tailgate, and they just love to tailgate. And no matter what, they'll be like, or they'll like this, and they will not get over. They will not move their buns over. You know, so it's like they're like, and then you watch them, and they're on the next one, and they're on the next one, and they're on the next. They do the same pattern over and over. Do you think any of us do that in our life? Oh yeah. So all you have to think about is that tailgater, and you keep following that thought, or you keep following that way of being. And can you just get over to another lane? You gotta just get over, okay? So it's not stopping. Get over. Go into a new lane. Go into another way of being. Go on a new pathway. Because that's really what it's about. When we create, you know, so much of we're fixed in what we do in our life, right? And if we can shift, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's not easy. You know, George was saying, oh, just do, yeah, well, that's great, but it's not easy, is it? Because we all have our ingrained way of being. So with that, I found, and I love this, because we were talking about oneness earlier, and what I was doing was writing down how we create, and where did I put that? Well, it's around somewhere. Anyway, we create our reality by not allowing ourselves to be connected to the divine, and not allowing ourselves to have divine healing and grace. And what happens is that we create that separation, we create that anxiety, we create all that stuff that happens for us. So of course, when I was coming up here, here it is. When I was coming up here, before I left, I pulled this book called Conscious Union with God, okay, by Joel S. Goldsmith. Now, if you pick up any of Joel S. Goldsmith's books, you can get them used, you can get them on Amazon. I don't know that we have any in the bookstore. If we do, that's great, but I don't think so.
We only have one of them.
We have one? Okay, grab it. Okay, it's the thick one, so go grab that one. I think it's the consciousness one. But he talks about in here, and this is why I did that, it says, you come and bear with me, I'm going to read you something, and then we could, I'll talk about it a little bit. When a problem comes to you, your own or that of a patient or friend, turn within. And he says, Father, you could say Father, Divine, doesn't matter. This problem or person has come to me, let me have light. Forget the person, forget the problem, and remember that you're not looking for a solution to the problem, but only turning to the divine for light on that subject. Do you love that? I mean, remember that part. Because as we connect, as we meditate or contemplate or whatever we do, so you are not looking for a solution to the problem, but only turning to the divine for the light on that subject. The problem is not out in the world, okay, like David said. We're creating it. The problem is a belief in your own thought or ignorance of what the divine or God or spirit is. In our meditation, you're not seeking somebody's good health, but you're seeking the truth about health, harmony, peace, and joy. Remember, do not dwell on a problem if you are going to work on it. The problem has been presented to you, now drop it. Oh, that's a good one. Not stop it, drop it. Right? When you close your eyes and go within, do not take the person or the problem with you. Do not take your ignorance into your meditation. Keep your thought on the light or the truth and let that light dawn. Soon you will feel a stirring, that click, that you will receive a specific answer and you will know that it is done. Have you ever felt that before? Okay, where you just feel, you kind of drop into that connection. And he talks about, I don't know if I really agree with that, but anyway, I'll go on to the next one. So just so, before the light of truth dawned, I believe that the visible me was all there was to me and that I drew on my own mental powers, on my own experience and education. For my strength, I drew on my muscles, on the amount of sleep, and on the food that I ate. And I tried not to use up more strength than I had taken up in calories and vitamins. But after awakening to my true identity, I know that this reality is not all of me. It is the least part of me. Back of me is an infinite ocean called God I am in, and of that tremendous ocean, as a matter of fact, I am that place where the whole ocean is going to flow through and as. Okay, so what do you think of that? Beautiful, right? Because I really got present to how we have circumstances that happen in our life. So I'll give you an example that was a prime example yesterday. We had a rental in here and I could go two ways. Roxy came out to me and said, hey Rev, you know, somebody goofed up the sound system. And we had a rental here and they paid for the use of the sound system. And I had a choice. You could go two ways. Which way are you going to go? I could go into, oh, go crazy. And for a second, I almost did because Roxy was going crazy, so I will let her go crazy. So I'm gonna be in the present and be okay. So I immediately started texting EJ. Okay, I grabbed my phone, went and grabbed my phone, texted EJ. So that's the only time we were like really looking at stuff. And then, you know, I didn't hear, but then I guess Roxy also caught the wave, and she was texting, I think, Denise. So Denise came up and fixed it. And that was fantastic. So it was really great because, you know, it just got handled. And that's the way in our life. So you're thinking, oh, well, that was just a silly little thing and that doesn't matter. No. As you practice this in every area of your life, you're going to have grace. You're going to have things manifest and bless you. So I'm writing down, you know, all of the words that you guys said, and including me. What is oneness? What is divine healing and grace? And I'm going to use another example from my mom. She was a caregiver for my father when he had Parkinson's. And he finally got to the place where she was taking care of him and she was exhausted because my mom's not that much younger than my dad. And so she was his full-time 24-hour caregiver. Have you ever caregived somebody for 24 hours? Feeding them, bathing them, dressing them, changing their adult diapers. It is not a fun thing. So every morning, here was her meditation, and here's what she said. Dear God, I can't do this anymore, but I know that the God within me will take care of the needs for today. All right? And as she said those words, she was able to have the strength, and she was able to move forward and allow herself to be in that divine grace and that healing. And she said, as soon as she said those words, this energy would come up through her, and she was able to take care of him one more day. And that's all she needed, was just one more day, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So oneness, or having divine grace, is something that we practice, that we just have to get present to. And one of the ways to do that is to allow ourselves to meditate or to contemplate on these words or these things. So maybe some of the quotes that y'all gave me, God is within me, is with me and in me, that would be a great one to contemplate for oneness. Out of many is one, I am fully connected to Source. God fills the empty hole within me with wholeness. And then the other one is, I'm always included. So if you say any of those things rather than, oh God, you know, you just got to take care of my health. My back has been hurting me for 6 months. And so instead of focusing on the hurt back, we focus on the wholeness. Instead of focusing on our financial issues, we focus on, wow, what do I have in my life? What do I have now? And a lot of the words that I came up with for oneness was grace, unification or unity, blessings, intimacy was one. Okay, I am intimate with the divine. How do you feel when you say, I am intimate with the divine? Because when you, I know, right? You just go, oh, yeah, I am having a secret tryst with God. And so as we say that, because Reverend Imani used to say that all the time and I liked it, and then we are not in a place of separation. We're not in a place where we feel disconnected from the divine. But what blocks us? So there's people, and I've seen this over the last 4 or 5 years, especially during the election. Lord have mercy. So they'll write these angry blogs. They can't stand this person or they can't stand the other person. And it has caused so much separation in our society and our actual population in the United States. And I don't know if somebody's trying to do that, but it's really about just allowing ourselves to let go of whatever it is that has to be. Okay, like let's say somebody has anger, and there was an individual that would just write so much anger stuff, and finally, you know, like, I can't read that stuff. And then I just pray for that person, because as there's that anger that they're needing to release, to let go of them, but what's that doing to them? What's anger doing to them? It's blocking them from having that divine come in and having the healing and the grace come into their lives, right? So as you do that, that's really what it is. And so what else blocks us? I want to hear from you guys. What else blocks us? Anger's one of them. What's another one?
Fear.
Fear. Oh, huge one, right? So when we're in fear, what does that create? Does it create separation or oneness? Separation. It absolutely does. So I'm with my child, and my daughter is in incredible fear because she's already gone through, she's released the breast cancer, but she's a little Virgo, and she's worrying about the future. She's worried, oh, I made the wrong decision, Mom. And I looked at her, that's when I had her watch Bob Newhart. And I said, you've got to let this go, babe, because I said, if you continue to go, and I used to do that. You know, I made some real estate problems for myself. And, you know, it still kind of haunt me now. But I don't think about that anymore because that was part of my journey. That was part of what I had to do in order to grow and shift and move. I don't know why I had to go through it, and I don't care. But the thing is I said, you've got to let go. You made this decision. You be present to it. You made that decision. It's okay. Yeah? Because we have to be honest and love ourselves and be compassionate with ourselves. And that's what I told her. I said, you have to just allow. How many of you do future projecting? Or you worry about decisions you made in the past? Anybody do that? Oh yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, that's creating also separation, anxiety, stress. What's the biggest thing for health in our society that causes problems? Stress, all right? It causes all kinds of things to happen in our life. I was so stressed out about my child, I'm having to be present with just knowing harmony, peace, and compassion with her and not worry about her. I went to go see my beloved healer, her branch, and he says, Maryum, your whole chakras are shut down, your heart chakra is closed, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking back going, wow, okay, I have the opportunity to shift that and change that and move that around. So anybody want to take on letting go of something in your life you want to take on? What do you want to take on? Let's do it. What do you want to take on to release out of your life?
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, what do you want to let go of?
on.
What do you want to take on and let go? What do you want? Say, let's say it. We'll do it right now. What do you want to let go of, guys?
Pain.
Pain? Okay, pain. What else?
Limitation.
Limitation. What else?
Fear.
Fear. Yeah, fear.
Fear of pain.
Fear. Oh, fear of pain.
Pain
Ooh.
and fear of more pain.
Wow. Yes.
Guilt and shame.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Okay. So in our prayer treatment, and I want to close out with this. Let's create that, and you keep throwing stuff out to me as I'm praying. Okay. So we're going to know this with you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for
Yes.
the words?
Yes.
Let's do it. So knowing that we are tapped in, we are connected, we are one with the divine. We are, for God is with me and in me and as me. And out of the many, there is only one, and that is me. So I know that as I am connected, I'm connected to Source. And I'm grateful and truly thankful for that truth and the blessings that are manifesting in my life right now. I just simply let go. And in my unconscious and subconscious mind, I let go of fear, worry, doubt. What was the one, Beth?
Pain.
Pain. Fear of pain and limitation. I let go of any concerns. I let go of the past, knowing that I was guided in wisdom to create those decisions. And I just simply rest it and let it be. I also create and know and accept that I am filled with self-love. I am filled with a sense of, oh, mwah, I am so blessed. I am just fabulous. And as I know that truth for myself, I know that for all the individuals in my life and in my experience. What else do you guys want? I'm just keep going. What else? Anything else?
Peace, love,
Okay.
joy.
And I have peace, love, joy, and harmony. And there is an abundance of whatever I need in my life. So I am thankful knowing that that abundance is filling my life, whether it is with wonderful new thoughts, whether it is with physical money, or an abundance of divine perfect health.
My house sells for the list.
And letting go, of the how, and knowing that the divine is now taking care of all my needs and all is met. I surrender it up. Okay, you ready? Let's surrender it all up right now. Throw it out. Let's just throw it out. Anything that is blocking us. And I embrace only the oneness, the love, the joy, the presence of God right here and now. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God, for all that you give us. Thank you for loving us and blessing us and anointing us with your grace. I release this word with love and, deep thanksgiving. And we say together,
And so it is. Amen. Yay.
All right.
Okay.
Yay.